Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to this pep talk this afternoon. Please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, your Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of companions attending with you. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There will be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk, so please show your beautiful faces in the video. As a reminder, after the pep talk, please take the online Learning Com Evaluation Test Exercise, or OLETE, for Mastery of Learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like the one shown here. I have placed the link in the chat box. And then another reminder, obtaining 25 OLETE certificates would entitle one mentee to a voucher for a R.O. Hoson medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. Another request, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum while and before we adjourn. Thank you. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the pep talk proper in 2 minutes. Please turn on your video now. Okay. Lordy. Okay, Lordy joining us. Lordy. Lordy? Okay. Wala si Lordy. Okay. Ayaw pumasok yung... Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hmm. I have a patient empowerment program in which I like to empower the lay people or patients to take control of the management of their health. I started the pep talk on May 15, 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 3 courses in the pep talk. I completed the core course on October 9, 2021. These are the topics in the core course. And then from October 23, 2021 onwards, I've been tackling health disorder and health issue courses. No? May 17 this year marks the start of the year 5 of the R.O. Hoson Pep Talk. How long the Pep Talk will last will depend on our enthusiasm, discipline, and perseverance. My Pep Talk today is entitled, Who is a General Surgeon in the Philippines? I guess not everybody knows who is a general surgeon in the Philippines. That's why I decided to come out with this topic for the pep talk for the lay people to know. So the empowerment objective is for the lay people to have an essential understanding on what and who is a general surgeon in the Philippines as part of their health management. The contents of this particular pep talk will be the following: what and who is a general surgeon in the Philippines? What are the usual practices of general surgeons in the urbanized places in the Philippines, in the less urbanized places? And what are the newer developments in general surgery? What are what the public should be aware of or should know of regarding general surgery and general surgeon? Then when to see a general surgeon, then I'll just share with you in very short, my being a general surgeon in the Philippines since 1981. Disclaimer, the R.O. Hoson Pep Talk contains my thoughts, perceptions, opinions, and recommendations, or TPORs, culled from my personal experiences as well as the writings of other health professionals. Let's start with the first topic. Who is a general surgeon in the Philippines? Okay. So, briefly stated, a general surgeon in the Philippines is an officially Philippine Board of Medicine certified physician. This is the first requirement. He must be officially a physician in the Philippines who have passed the board, then who then undergoes training to specialize in a specialty called general surgery. So general surgery is a specialty by itself. Okay. So when you say Philippine Board of Medicine, this is the usual, the mga regular PRC, Professional Regulation Commissions. There are a lot of branches. Philippine Board of Medicine, Philippine Board of Nursing, etc., etc. Okay, but for this surgeon, he must be able to pass first the Philippine Board of Medicine exam, and this is the exam is usually called the Philippine Physician Licensure Examination. He must be certified first as a physician in the Philippines. So he must pass the Philippine Physician Licensure Examination before he can go further into training in the general surgery field. In the Philippines, currently the Philippine Society of General Surgeons, or PSGS, this is the official society overseeing the training, the curriculum, and the 5-year, so it's a 5-year training program of the general surgery all over the Philippines. Okay, so there's one body in the Philippines that oversees this training program, which is the Philippine Society of General Surgeons. The currently also the Philippine Board of Surgery, another body, official body, certifying the qualifications of the graduates of the general surgery training program. So after the training, there must be a board to certify that the graduates really attain the necessary competencies. So the qualified graduates who pass the Philippine Board of Surgery now are given a title of Diplomate of the Philippine Board of Surgery. So this is the title. So once you're given this title, Diplomate of Philippine Board of Surgery, officially you are a general surgeon in the Philippines. To be qualified to be certified as a general surgeon in the Philippines, the general surgeon to be must undergo and satisfactorily complete the 5-year general surgery training program in a hospital. At the moment, I cannot think of any other place. It's usually a hospital accredited by the PSGS and then pass the certifying examinations of the PBS. So to be a diplomate of PBS, the minimum time period inclusive of training and certifying examinations is about 6 years. So this is the whole duration of the training to become a general surgeon, and then to be at the end of which is to be certified as a diplomate, 6 years. But if you start counting from MD, MD means that you are certified, you'll be undergo training to become a doctor, and then after that to become a general surgeon. The minimum time period will be about 13 to 15 years. Okay. Why 13 to 15? Because in the MD program, no, the usual is 9 years, but there are some institution, a lot of institution now, okay, UP is 7 years lang. I heard at another medical school coming out, pwedeng 6 years na, starting this year. You can become a physician after 6 years. Okay. So, but at the moment, it's 7 to 9 years of training to become a physician, and then 6 years to become a general surgeon, general surgery. So it's totals about 13 to 15 years. Tagal talaga, no? So, definition of general surgery. As I said, the official body that controls the training, the curriculum of the general surgeons or general surgery program is the PSGS. So this society defines general surgery as requiring, so these are the training program required, a basic knowledge of surgical anatomy, physiology, pathology, oncology, metabolism, wound healing, surgical bacteriology and sepsis, shock and resuscitation, immunology and organ transplantation, fluids and electrolytes, nutrition, burns and critical care. That's one. Number two, a sound understanding on the principles of radiology, because a lot of times the general surgeons have to order to request for x-rays, ultrasound, CT scan, MRI, and other diagnostic aids, including the use of radioactive isotopes and mammography. That's why they should have a good understanding of the principles of these diagnostic procedures. Number three, adequate practical experience. So this is hands-on practical experience in proctosigmoidoscopy and indirect laryngoscopy. The general surgeon must have participated in the variety of endoscopic examinations such as direct laryngoscopy, bronchoscopy, esophagoscopy, gastroscopy, cholecystoscopy, colonoscopy, and laparoscopy. Okay, so meron silang practical hands-on training. A comprehensive skills in the diagnosis, preoperative, operative, and postoperative care of patients with diseases of the following. Number one, alimentary tract. Number two, the abdomen and its contents. Number three, head and neck. Number four, breast. Number five, the vascular system. Number six, endocrine system. And number seven, skin and soft tissue. Okay, so comprehensive skills in these 7 areas. Then adequate knowledge and skills in all phases of care of acute of injured patients, including care provided in the emergency room and intensive care unit. The general surgeon must show competence in the emergency room management of patients with trauma, including trauma to the head and neck, chest, abdomen, and extremities. So these are the required ones, but you should also have knowledge on how patients with trauma to the brain, okay, are also being managed in other areas also. Then another requirement in the training is that there must be an appropriate clinical experience to include operative and post and non-operative care of common problems in the special disciplines of the other subspecialties like thoracic, cardiovascular, gynae, neurologic, orthopedic, plastic, pediatric, urologic surgery, and anesthesiologists acquired by exposure in these disciplines. Okay. So malawak ang training exposure ng general surgeon. So in terms of what surgeries or operations are being done by the graduates of the general surgery training program or general surgeons, as stipulated in the definition of the PSGS, the primary specialties are in the following. Ito yung pinaka-main focus: alimentary tract, abdomen and its contents, head and neck, breast, vascular system, endocrine system, skin and soft tissue, and then emergency management of trauma patients, and then surgical intensive care. So these are the primary surgical specialties. Okay. Additional surgical specialties will be yung emergency management of trauma and intensive care. Yung pinaka-primary non-emergencies are these organ system, yung pito. No? Now, the secondary surgical specialties of general surgeons are the thoracic, yung mga chest, yung heart, gynae, mga uterus, ovary, neurologic, orthopedic, plastic, pediatric, urologic, and anesthesiologists. So usually general surgeons do this only in community where there are no specialists in yung mga subspecialties nito. Okay, usually, okay? So so the next question is, what is a general surgeon in the urbanized places in the Philippines and in the less urbanized places? Although the training per se is wide, is comprehensive, it depends on the areas where the certified surgeons could be practicing. So in an urban community nowadays, where there are a lot of surgical specialists like thoracic vascular specialists, the urologists, neurosurgeons, plastic, etc. So the general surgeons usually are confined to do the following: head and neck, inclusive of the thyroid, breast, abdomen and its contents, inclusive of the alimentary and gastrointestinal tract, and skin and soft tissue. However, in less urbanized community where there are a few surgical subspecialists, the general surgeons handle a wide range of cases. So they can be called all-rounders, surgical all-rounders, and they are qualified to be all-rounders because of their vast range of training and exposure to all sorts of surgical conditions and surgical specialties. Newer developments in general surgery. So nowadays, there are a lot of new developments. After general surgery, they can go into different subspecialty for further training. Okay, so those are additional years after the 5 years of GS. Example will be after training for general surgery, they can have 1 or 2 years of head and neck surgery or surgical oncology. Okay, kaya may naririnig kayo, surgical oncology. These are general surgeon now who underwent further training in surgical onco. Then you can have general surgeon who also have further training in head and neck surgery. Okay, so another is breast surgery. After general surgery training, like 1 year or 2 years of training in breast surgery, okay, on oncoplastic surgery, colorectal surgery, and then hepatobiliary surgery, minimally invasive surgery, trauma surgery. So pag may naririnig kayong general surgeons with hepatobiliary subspecialty, ito yung further training that she underwent. Okay, this one is about 2 years in the Philippines, no? Okay, colorectal 2 years, no? In addition to the 5 years. So what the public should be aware of the general surgery and general surgeon. Number one, general surgery is a specialty by itself. Hindi lang siya, it's not on the concept of GP, general practitioner. It's a specialty in general surgery. General in surgery, so it's called general surgery. It's a specialty. It has the same standing and categorization as other known specialties. Example, you have heard about internal medicine. Yan ang equivalent ng general surgery, that category. Pediatrician, pediatrics, OB-GYN, ganun din. So that's the equivalent, yung standing yan is general surgery. Ophthalmology, otorhinolaryngology, radiology, etc. Okay. Also, yung mga may mga training na urology, neurosurgery, thoraco-vascular surgery, plastic and reconstructive surgery, orthopedic surgery. So this is the first specialty. It's a specialty by itself. It's the first general specialty. Then later on, they can go further into another subspecialization. Okay, ito yung sinasabi ko. Different subspecialists in general surgeries are now being developed. Okay. So as I said, general surgery muna, and then another additional 1 or 2 years of head and neck surgery, surgical oncology, breast surgery, colorectal surgery, etc., etc. Okay. So it also has the same subspecialization categorization as other non-specialists. So may naririnig kayo, cardiology. Yung mga cardiology, meron silang, unang specialty nila is internal med. Then after that, they spent 1 to 2 years in cardiology. Ganon din sa mga pulmonologists. Internal medicine ang starting point nila. Then they spent additional training in pulmo. Kaya naging pulmonary specialist sila. Okay, medical onco, ganun din. Neurology, ganun din. So ganun din sa general surgery. First 5 years, general surgery, further training. If the surgeon goes into head and neck surgery, he will carry a title of head and neck surgery, breast surgery, colorectal surgery, trauma surgery. Now, number 3, what the public should know. The practice of general surgery may vary in intensity depending on the location of practice of general surgeons and their wishes. Kung ayaw na nila yung malawak, gusto nilang to confine themselves to a few specialties, pwede rin, no? Okay. But it also depends on their locations of practice. As I said, in the urban community, okay, general surgeons usually do the operations on the following. Mas konti na lang, limited, at the neck, inclusive of thyroid, breast, abdomen, okay, skin and soft tissue. But in the less urbanized community, they can do anything that they want to do as long as they are trained for it. Mas malawak. Number 4, what the public should know. There are overlaps with other surgical specialties as well as other specialties. Kaya kung saan naririnig niyo, di malaman kung saan pupunta yung hernia. Yung hernia, may kung saan ang urologist gumagawa, kung saan general surgeons. You still have a pediatric surgeon, gumagawa rin ng hernia. Ganun. Maraming overlaps, no? So, thyroid, ganun din. Thyroid, kung saan ginagawa ng general surgeons, kung saan ginagawa ng otorhinolaryngologists. So, naririnig natin po yun, no? Endoscopy can be done by general surgeons and gastroenterologists. So forth and so forth. Maraming overlap, no? Okay. Now, number 5, what the public should know. General surgeons, considering their training requirements and exposure, which I've earlier presented, okay, are the most well-rounded surgeons who can practically do all types of surgical procedures. Kaya tinawag sila ng general. No? So this is the reason why the original descriptive term of general is still maintained up to now. No? So if one is not sure of what type of surgeons to approach for any health concern that are potentially surgical in nature, just look for a general surgeon as a starter. Kung hindi nyo alam yung talagang sub-specialty niya, so basta general surgeon, usually kaya niya lahat yan. No? Okay. So the general surgeons will advise you accordingly after examination whether you need surgery or not. And if you need surgery, whether it can be done by a general surgeon or not. If not, he or she will refer you to a proper surgical specialist. So kung di kayo sigurado kung kaya nito, kung sino pupuntahan, na kailangan operahan, punta muna kayo sa general surgeon kasi malawak yung experience niya. So titingnan ka muna ng general surgeon and then he will make a recommendation kung kaya niya gawin, kung nasa expertise niya, gagawin niya. Kung hindi, i-refer kayo. No? So number 6, general surgeons have comprehensive training inclusive of non-surgical treatment of potential surgical diseases. So pwede din sila, hindi lang sila opera ng opera, they can still, pwede silang gumamot ng using non-medical procedures or methods for the mga diseases. So they will assess you first or diagnose you first. If you don't need a surgical treatment, proper advice will be given. She can even institute medical treatment for your medical conditions. No, not because he is or she is a surgeon, will he or she operate on all patients all the time without proper assessment and indications, and without discussing the options for treatment with the patients. So don't get the notion because surgeon siya, baka may bias siya, opera siyang opera. So hindi. Now, he will assess you first and see if you really need surgery, kung kailangan may surgery, operation. If not, gamot muna, okay? Or gamot, walang surgery. No? And if there's an option for non-surgical treatment, no? Kung pwedeng, let's say, mga thyroid, like the thyroid, pwedeng hindi operahan, no? Pwedeng gamutin lang muna ng surgeon also. He doesn't have to, pwedeng hindi niya i-refer ka to a, let's say, endo, ganon. Pwedeng siya nga nang gumamot, no? Okay. So when to see a general surgeon? So the first requirement is that before you try to answer this, when to see a general surgeon, you must first know what is a general surgeon and what he or she can do to manage your health concern, which I have just presented in my earlier slides. No? So number two, you must factor in your location. Kung nasaan ka nakatira, kung saan mo gusto mo pagamot. Whether you are in an urbanized or less urbanized community. Kasi ang difference ng urbanized and less urbanized, it's really more of maraming subspecialists doon sa urbanized, no, compared to the less urbanized. No? Okay. And decide what type of general surgeon you want to see, whether it's general surgeon per se, it's a specialist na general surgeon, malawak ang ano, or may mga general surgeon na meron pang further training, further specialty. No? So, if you are in the less urbanized community, my advice is look for a general surgeon. But if you can see a general surgeon with a subspecialty that is related to your concern, go ahead, go and see him. If you have a medical condition or disease that is potentially surgical, that is one that may need operation, and you are not sure which specific surgeon handles such a case, just see a general surgeon. As I said, the surgeon will evaluate and decide whether he can handle it. If not, he will refer. No? But if you are in an urbanized community, ang suggestion ko, look for a general surgeon with a subspecialty that is related to your specific health concern para mas higher ang expertise na makukuha mo kasi may subspecialty na, no? Basta related to your health concern. Example, look for a general surgeon with head and neck surgery, surgeon, yung title niya, head and neck surgeon siya, general surgeon, no? Ibig sabihin may training siya, further training on that. So if you have a head and neck concern, look for such a surgeon. Okay? Now, if you have a breast concern, ganun din, look for a general surgeon with may subspecialty na, may subspecialty itong breast surgery or breast surgeon, no? So remember the main fortes of the general surgeon. Okay? Ito, head and neck, including thyroid, number one. Number two, breast, abdomen and its content. Meaning, when you say abdomen, kasama yung gallbladder, kasama yung intestine, no, pancreas, no, colon. Then hernia, sakop ng general surgeon din yan, skin and soft tissue, and then emergency management of trauma, yon. No? So these are the main forte. And then if you talk about specific diseases, ang main forte rin ng mga surgeon will be mga tumor deep involving all these organs, and infection also. Okay. So general surgeons are specialists particularly on the following. Ito yung pinaka-common. There are more, as I said. No? Thyroid disorder, breast disorder, esophagus, stomach, intestine, rectum, hemorrhoids, hernia, skin and soft tissue tumor. Other guidelines when to see a general surgeon in terms of, let's say, urgent condition that needs surgical evaluation, na baka surgical. Example, like baka may appendicitis ka. So look for a general surgeon. You have acute or complicated cholecystitis, gallbladder disease. No? Okay, masakit yung kanang part of your abdomen in which you suspect cholecystitis. Intestinal obstruction, baradong bituka, no, general surgeon ang hinahanap. Strangulated hernia, usually general surgeon din. Okay? Then traumatic injuries, sabihin natin may mga gunshot wounds, stab wounds sa thoracic, sa chest, sa abdomen. Okay? Usually general surgeon muna ang hahanapin. No? Okay? Now for those with yung mga hindi naman emergency, hindi urgent, like meron kang hernia, no? Na masakit, no? Like inguinal hernia or hernia sa navel, and incisional hernia with a risk of strangulation, look for a general surgeon. Gallbladder disease, lalo na yung mga kadalasan yung mga gallbladder disease pag walang symptoms, usually pwedeng hindi operahan, no? Usually this should be handled also by the general surgeons. Babantayan lang ng general surgeons, no? In case in the future nagkaroon ng flare-up, sumakit, nagkaroon ng attack, no? Nag-fail yung medical treatment or symptoms nag-persist na sumasakit, hindi nawawala, then a general surgeon will be the one doing the operation. No? Then mga suspected masses, tumors in the abdomen and soft tissue which needs workup, kasi mga bukol sa abdomen, hindi pa alam kung ano, usually general surgeons na nag-umpisa sa diagnostic workups. At pa, mga head and neck, breast, soft tissue disorders, okay? So usually kailangan ng mga assessment muna kung cancer o hindi, gano'n. So other guidelines, you should consider consulting a general surgeon when there is an acute surgical risk, na emergency, appendicitis, ruptured appendicitis, obstructed bowel, strangulated hernia. And then when you suspect meron kang condition that should be managed surgically, yung mga nababasa natin, baka hernia, kasi hernia kailangan ayusin, kailangan operahan, gallbladder, usually operation, and masses, usually mga bukol, usually operation. So look for a general surgeon. So these are more detailed. Pag may abdominal pain ka, baka pwedeng surgical. So you can see a general surgeon to assess your abdomen. Kung non-surgical, sasabihin sa iyo, hindi kailangan operahan yan. Bantayan lang natin. No? Kung sinabi niya appendicitis ito o kailangan operahan, right away, andun na. No? Okay, meron ng recommendation. Emergency situations, sa mga trauma, usually general surgeons are the first surgeon that should be called, first specialist called upon to manage the mga injuries niya. Gastrointestinal concern, and then, okay, mga intestinal blockage, obstruction, colon cancer, hemorrhoids, and then lumps and growth, mga bukol-bukol sa breast and elsewhere in the body, general surgeons are usually consulted. Pwedeng i-biopsy muna o hindi, okay lang i-observe, gano'n. Endocrine conditions like sa thyroid, okay, is usually handled by the general surgeons also. Yung mga pre-surgical evaluation, yung mga conditions na hindi sigurado kung surgical or non-surgical, usually tatawagin yung surgeon para i-assess niya. Kailangan ba operahan ito o hindi? No? Okay. So the last topic that I want to present very briefly is my short statements on my being a general surgeon in the Philippines since 1981. I am a diplomate of the Philippine Board of Surgery since 1981. I finished my residency in general surgery from 1976 to 1981 July, no? Okay, in the Philippine General Hospital. Then after that, I took the board exam. So I passed it sometime in late 1981. Yan nilagay doon, 1981. So I am a certified general surgeon in the Philippines since 1981. I can practice general surgery anywhere in the Philippines kasi certified ako general surgeons in the Philippines. However, my main practice location has been in Metro Manila. No? So usually ang mga nagagawa ko, wala, hindi nakasama yung mga yung mga thoracic, yung mga plastic, yung mga urologists, gano'n, no? Okay. So, but when I do surgical missions, I do more, more, more different types of cases, no? Kasi walang masyadong surgeons sa probinsya. So since 1981, I have managed patients with potential surgical conditions and operations in the following areas: head and neck, okay, tumors in the head and neck, abscesses, and trauma. Sa mga facial tumors, okay, thyroid, and then, so most of my patients are thyroid, okay, aside from the breast, okay. So thyroids, yung mga bukol, yung mga hindi kailangan tanggalin, hindi kailangan operahan, sinasabihan ko, kaya bihira rin ako mag-opera because I know that most of this can be managed medically, no? Kahit na surgeon ako, I don't just operate and then I just manage them with medical treatment, no? I usually manage the patients myself, okay? Then, kung may hyper and hypo, mina-manage ko rin yun, no? Okay. Fibrocystic changes sa breast, tumors, and infections. Pag may fibrocystic changes na nakita ko, hindi ino-operahan yun, i-observe lang. Kung may tumors, it all depends on whether it's benign or malignant. Kung fibroadenoma, maliit lang, pwedeng obserbahan lang. Kung mga malalaki na at a breast cancer as sinususpect, then we do biopsy, we do operations, etc. Infection, ganun din. Kung may nana, dinadrain namin. Dinadrain ko. Okay. Chest, nag-opera din ako ng chest, okay? And nowadays, not so common na, pero dati mga trauma to the chest, and then kung may fluid sa chest, tinatanggal namin yung tubig, no? Nilalagay ng tubo, no? Abdomen, usually gallbladder, liver abscess, then stomach, pancreas, pancreatic tumor, spleen, intestines. So, yung mga areas of diseases that involve these organs, usually tumor, inflammation, infections, and trauma. Okay? So, yung mga cholecystitis, na polyp na pwedeng di operahan, hindi ko ino-operahan. I just tell them just watch, no? Okay, liver, baka may hepatitis siya, we don't operate on hepatitis, no? Pero kung abscess, ino-operahan, no? Okay. Rectum, ganun din. Kung may tumor, hemorrhoids, fistulas, then I have operated on these conditions: hernias, skin and soft tissue tumors, infections, and trauma, and others. Marami. So you can see malawak ito. No? So one can see the extensiveness of the scope of the specialty of general surgery. So that's why you can call we are surgical all-rounder. All-rounder. Okay. I don't know whether we should call it jack of all trade, pero ito mas magandang pangalan, surgical all-rounder. Then I like to say also, for those needing operations, I operate. For those not needing operations, I do not operate, but still treat them. Hindi ko pinapasa sa ibang doktor kung kaya ko, no? Gagawin ko, no? So as a general surgeon, I am a comprehensive, all-around healer using non-operative and operative means. Okay? So hindi lang ako opera ng opera, pwede ko rin gamutin yung mga hindi kailangang operahan. No? Okay? So I think that's the last slide. So I have discussed all of these. I won't repeat them anymore. Okay, but basically, so you must know what is a general surgeons in the urbanized area, in the non-urbanized, less urbanized area, and when do you have to see a general surgeon. Okay. Kasi a lot of you probably don't know who a general surgeon is. No? Takeaway in relation to patient empowerment: be always in touch with reliable medical information on who is a general surgeon in the Philippines. Knowledge is power, it gives power. Use the 4Ks of patient empowerment: kaalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, kapangyarihan, to gain greater control over decisions and make better decisions on when to see a general surgeon as part of your health management. So with that, I end my pep talk today. I hope I have empowered you to have an essential understanding on who is a general surgeon in the Philippines, when to see a general surgeon as part of your health management. Before we go to the QA portion, reminder after the pep talk, please take the OLETE for Master of Learning. I have placed the link in the chat box already. And then reminder again, the 25 OLETE certificates obtained by the mentee will entitle him or her to a voucher for a RO Hoson medical consultation. And then please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum before we adjourn, especially those who are not taking the OLETE para makita ko rin yung feedback nyo. Pero yung mga kumukuha ng OLETE, nakikita ko magaganda ang feedback. No? Okay, I like those feedback. No? Okay, let's now have a group picture taking before we start the QA and interaction. Please turn on your video now, show your faces. Okay. Kompleto na. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. The floor is now open for questions, comments, recommendations, okay. Sharing of experiences with general surgeons, difficulty in looking for a general surgeons. Okay. Okay.
May I say
Susan?
something?
Sige, sure, Susan. Go ahead.
Okay, Doc. Well, of course, it's general surgeon. So it implies that the general surgeon will not operate on the face, including the eyes and the ears.
Face, baka pwede pa.
Pero the eyes and the ears, hindi.
The eyes and ears, it all depends. Yung ears kung nasa labas lang, dun sa, let's say, kung may dun sa earlobe, dun sa labas, pwede. Pero yung sa loob, no? Yung sa, yung mga inner ear, yung mga kanal, yung hearing, no? Hindi na. No? Kasi may subspace, tsaka number one, may subspecialty called otorhinolaryngology na, di ba? Okay.
Pati yun sa eyes, I suppose.
Yeah, sa eye, very, what do you call that?
Specialized
na yun.
Ophthalmologist.
Pero, yeah,
oo.
but
Sa
to tell you, history-wise, kung nung wala pa yung otorhinolaryngologist, wala pa yung ophthalmologist, no? Yung general surgeon ang gumagawa niyan, no? Okay. Ang history-wise, let's say, for probably in the 19th century or 18th century, gano'n, no? Kaya that's why the surgeons are, ang mga doctors kasi, initially ang doctors kasi dinivide nila into two types, no? One, yung nag-opera, the other one,
Kunin mo ito po sa?
okay. The other one, hindi nag-opera, no? So that's why they call it the surgeon and non-surgeon, no? Okay. And then those who are surgeons, pakimute lang muna, Perla, pakimute. Perla, pakimute lang
Kaya
muna.
dali lang, doktor.
Okay. So yung mga surgeon, dati, they do all types of surgery. Kaya they call it, ang original name is general surgeon. No? So lahat ng operasyon, pati panganganak, ginagawa nila, pati ortho, ginagawa nila. Kasi operasyon yon no? Okay. And then, over the years, meron ng mga subspecialties, no? So, umaalis-alis na yung mga iba. Kaya sabi ko, nagsisid na yung no? Nagsisid na yung mga ibang specialties. Yung OFTA, may kanya-kanyang kingdom na, no? Yung otorhinolaryngology yung kanyang kingdom. Pero even to tell you, naririnig mo yung EENT dati?
Yeah. Wala na,
Ha?
wala na.
Hindi mo
Yeah.
naabutan yon? Naabutan mo yon?
Naabot ko yun. Oh,
Okay, may EENT, di ba?
yeah.
O, kasama yon. Yung EENT, ophthalmologist plus otorhinolaryngologist in one. No? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Pero nowadays, hiwalay na. No? So meron ka pang probably may mga buhay pa ng mga oldies na EENT. Pero yung mga bata ngayon, purely otorhinolaryngologist, purely ophthalmologist na. No? Okay. So yung mga orthopedics naghiwalay na rin, di ba? Nag-separate. Dati-dati yung ginagawa ng general surgeon yon, no? Okay. So ganon, no? So, okay? So it all depends on the
Last
training.
question.
Ah.
Last question. You discuss the number of years of training in the Philippines. What if you go to the States, for instance? Is there a difference?
Usually pareho lang pero okay, pagpunta mo doon, if you start there, yun, pareho lang, no? Pero when you complete your training here, kung pupunta ka ng abroad, no, for further training, usually mga fellowship na, no? Mga fellowship, no? Pero kung minsan, yung iba gustong uulitin nila the whole 5 years, no? Total, baka doon na sila titira, doon na sila mga hindi na sila uuwi, no? Ganon.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome. So, any other comments, questions?
Doktor,
Okay lang.
ask ko lang.
Ano
nga pagkakaiba ng, di ba may head and neck surgery, tapos yung, ano man yung neurosurgeon?
Neurosurgeon, basically, neuro is nerve, di ba? Brain, no? Ganon. Okay. So, neurosurgeons are those who operates on the brain, on the nerves, sa spinal cord, no? Ganon. No? Yung head and neck, that's tama yung observation mo, medyo magulo yung
Opo.
ano namin, no? Kaya ako ina-explain, kaya ako nag-decide nag-present ng topic nito medyo magulo at saka nalilito yung mga publiko, no? Okay. When you say head and neck surgery, buong head and neck, di ba?
Opo.
Di ba? Pero maraming components yan, di ba? So merong, andyan yung brain May skull ang brain. So, strictly speaking, head and neck pa rin yun, no? So as I said, history-wise, yung general surgeon, no, can do neurosurgery. Okay? Sila nag-opera. They can call themselves head and neck. But ngayon, over the years, na parang naging, what do you call that? Nati-trim down na, no? So ngayon, in general surgeon kami ngayon, ang nagagawa namin, pwedeng facial laceration, head and neck pain, no? So ENT gumagawa rin yan, no? Okay? So yung ophthalmologist gumagawa rin ng yung mga facial yung mga plastic sa mata, no? Okay? Sa eyelid, no? Okay? So which we can do also basta nasa ano lang sa labas, no? Sa balat, no? Ganon. And then dito sa parotid, yung parotid, no? So head and neck pa rin 'yon, di ba? Okay? So pwedeng gumawa yung general surgeon or ENT.
Neuro.
No?
TNT.
Neuro hindi. Usually hindi. Yung neuro, they just define nila hindi niyo lang nakikita hindi naka-publish, no? Pero they when they train as neurosurgeon, they accept their limitations. That ito lang yung kaya, ito lang ginagawa namin, no? So sabi ng neurosurgeon, kaya lang namin yung brain, kaya lang namin yung mga spinal cord, no? Ganon. Pero yung mga parotid sa head and neck, hindi nila ginagalaw yon, no? Okay? Sabihin nila, hindi namin kaya yon, wala kaming experience doon, no? Okay? So yung mga thyroid, ganun din. Thyroid, head and neck din yan, no? So hindi gagalawin ng neurosurgeon. Ang sa thyroid, pwedeng galawin diyan yung Kung sa surgeon, you have the otorhinolaryngology at saka general surgeon, no? Okay, kung
Opo.
non-surgeon, endocrinologist, di ba? Okay, endo, no? Ganon, no? Okay. So maraming overlap. So you just have to, number one, just have an idea, ano ba ang usual ginagawa ng isang specialist. You just have to know that, no? Okay, kung di niyo alam, you ask your family doctor like me, okay, kung anong masasuggest niyo, kung sino ang pwedeng lapitan for your health problem, no? Okay.
Opo, Doctor. Thank you po.
Have a family doctor, no? Okay. So even let's say kung may 10 head and neck, let's say otorhinolaryngologist, no, ganon, o general surgeon, may mga ilan-ilan diyan hindi masyadong expertise din, no? Okay, kahit na they call themselves subspecialist, specialist, no? Kuminsan baka what do you call that? Ayaw na nila mag-opera, di ba? Kuminsan ayaw na nila, no? So, kuminsan nawawala na yung touch nila. So, you just have to ask a family doctor o kaya kung sino may kilala, kung sino ang makakatulong sa inyo, no? So, yung expertise ba? Okay. Okay. So, iba yung specialties, iba na expertise, ha? Okay. Specialist, nag-train ka doon, pero yung expertise, yung talagang magaling na talagang not only yung training mo but also experience, no? Maraming experience, no? Okay? Okay. So bottom line there, know first, have a general idea. Okay, you can nowadays you have the Google, you have the ChatGPT to help yung mga AI to help you, no? Okay, get some idea. Number two, ask for a family doctor. Okay. Okay. Like me, if you consider me as your family doctor, I'm approachable to all of you. Just text me, just ask me, na kung sino ang pwedeng puntahan, na. Okay. So on my part, kasi
Okay,
kilala ko
Doctor.
yung mga doktor, no? Not all, pero most of them. Alam ko kung sinong, number one, what will suit your needs, no? Kaya kung minsan pag may nagtatanong sa akin na pwede bang tulungan itong sa messenger, pwede bang tulungan itong pasyente with a abdominal problem? Sabihin ko, titingnan ko muna, di ba? So kaysa i-refer ko kagad, no? So evaluate ko muna kung ano talagang specific case, no? Kung number one, kung pancreas o gallbladder, no? Ganon. No, kung hindi ko kakayanin, no, then abing ko, punta ka na rito kay ano, no? Okay. Kung talagang malaking-malaki, di ba? Okay. Ngayon, kung pwedeng hindi na operahan, yung iba maraming advanced na, tapos sabihin ko sa kanila, ma-advise ko sa kanila, wag mo nang pagalawin, just let nature takes its course na lang. Wag mo nang no? Okay. So look for a family doctor who can advise you properly. Aside from yung i-google ninyo. No? Okay. Okay?
Okay, Doctor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more? Any more questions?
Ay, alimbawa, Doctor, alimbawa polyps, ang mag-opera lang yung, ano ba yung otolaryngology? May polyps sa ilong.
Sa
Polyps sa
ilong.
ilong.
Okay.
Opo.
Yeah, polyps sa ilong sa ngayon, otorhinolaryngology. Sila based on the current, titingnan ko kasi yung current. No? When I say current, yung ngayon. Kasi kung we are living, let's say, in the 19th century, sasabihin ko, pwede yung general surgeon, di ba? Okay, pero ngayon, yung mga general surgeon, walang training dyan, no, sa polyp, no? Okay, konti lang. Kung may konti, may experience sila, pero hindi sila yung in terms of number, konti lang, no? So usually ENT ang gumagawa niyan, no? Okay, sa polyp,
Opo.
no? Okay?
Okay po. Thank you.
Okay.
Another concern, Doc, pwede?
Sure.
Okay. I noticed that before we are operated on, the patient signs, is it a waiver or something, uh, authorizing the surgeon to, of course, to do the operation, but more than that, kung may napansin siya na dapat na, ano ba yun, concern sa operation o tanggalin na ano, we authorize that surgeon, tama ba yun?
Pwede.
After what? After explaining to us earlier.
Ideally, it should be it should start with the diagnosis, di ba?
Yeah.
Before the operation diagnosis, no? Paminsan there in 90% of cases, you can have a very, very certain diagnosis before the operation, no? So, kasi usually niwo-work up yan di ba? Mga test, no? Then,
Yeah.
mga 10%, baka hindi pa sigurado. Kahit anong gawin mong test, hindi pa certain, no? So, but if there's a decision to operate, probably just like your breast, di ba? We decide to operate, no? We're not really certain about the exact diagnosis, no? Sabihin natin, okay, sasabihin ng surgeon, no? Baka titingnan ko muna during the operation kung anong itsura, ganon, and then let me make a decision, no? Whether to remove your entire breast or not, no? Okay. So we can discuss that. I mean, the surgeon and the patient can discuss that, no? That the patient authorizing the surgeon to make some decision, no? Kasi kung minsan, if you do a lot of tests like frozen section, mapapamahal pa at kuminsan yung information hindi rin nakukuha, no? Kasi may mga limitations in mga frozen section, no? Mga ganon, no? So you're correct, no? So there is a pre-operation discussions, no? Kung may mga adjustment that has to be done, no? Parang sa thyroid, kuminsan, thyroid you can start before you operate on the thyroid, kuminsan hindi ka sigurado kung thyroid cancer, sabihin mo, thyroidectomy muna, no? Subtotal. Ngayon, kung nakita nila may cancer talaga, no? Then, i-convert na lang into a total thyroidectomy, right? During the operation, no? But the informed consent should be gotten before the operation as much as possible. Or another arrangement is that sabihin ng doktor, sige, sa relatives, maghintay lang kayo dito sa operating room. During the operation, i-assess ko muna. Kung sa palagay ko na malignant, sasabihin ko sa inyo, no? I will tell you. Then you give me your decision, your consent, no? Ganon. Okay? So, ganon. Okay.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any more questions? Kabisado na niyo kung ano ang general surgeons? Huwag niyo isipin general surgeons or GP lang. Ha?
Ay, Doc, pwedeng magtanong po?
Sino to?
Mayan po.
Mayan. Okay, may.
Kasi Doc, kahapon yung kapatid ko po na operahan sa Raffles. Tanong ko lang po, di ba dapat po naka-binder siya kasi inoperahan yung gallbladder niya totally tinanggal na po para wala na daw recurrence. Tapos ninoperahan yung puso tsaka yung dalawang side daw. Di ba dapat po naka-binder po siya? Tama po ba ako?
Gano'ng kalaking hiwa niya?
Hindi ko po alam kasi tulog po yung kapatid ko. Hindi ko natanong po ngayon eh.
Baka laparoscopic?
Yeah. Actually, pangalawa na po siya nung last month pong ginawa sa kanya endoscopy. Tapos ngayon hindi ko alam kung ano yung method ginawa sa kanya ni Dr. Sarapos po eh.
Okay.
Tutulog kasi kapatid ko po. Hindi ko matanong.
It all depends, no? So we cannot just say dapat, no? It all depends on the surgeon's decision also at saka yung situation, no? Baka laparoscopic lang, baka yung mga maliliit na butas lang, no? Hindi na kailangan ng abdominal binder, no? Ngayon, kung may malaking hiwa, malaking hiwa, pwede ding wala, pwedeng meron, no? Okay? So, kung anong advantage ng abdominal binder, yan ang tanong, no? Baka to lessen the pain, gano'n, pag gumagalaw, di ba? Okay.
Opo.
Para kumisan, sinasabi nila, yung iba, to avoid, baka bumuka, no? Ganon. Pero hindi, it's not always the case. Usually, yung surgeon, pag nagsasara ng abdomens, he makes sure na masinsinan yung pagsara to the point na hindi siya bubuka at hindi kailangan ng binder, no? Ganon, no?
Ah,
Okay. So it all depends on the situation and on the decision of the doctor, no? And of course, kamisan, yung mga tulad mo, yung mga pasyente, they expect something, no? So after explaining everything, kung gusto mo pa rin na may binder, kahit na hindi kailangan, so ginagawa ng doctor, sige, just to satisfy your wish. Kasi baka yung pasyente anxious, walang binder, di ba? Okay.
opo.
Okay?
Di ba bawal din po, Dok, na magsalita siya kasi kaka-opera, magkakahangin yung tiyan?
As much as possible, wag mo na magsalita. Kasi pag may ileus, yung di gumagalaw yung intestine after an operation, nag-iipon yung mga hangin. Pag nagsasalita kasi, nasa swallow yung mga hangin eh. Instead of sa ilong lumalabas, sa baga lumalabas, pumapasok sa esophagus, sa stomach, kanon, sa intestine. Pag bumaba doon, matatrap yun doon. So, magdi-distend ang abdomen. No? And since hindi gumagalaw ang intestine because of the ileus, hindi bababa yung hangin, no? Kaya bloated ang pakiramdam ng pasyente, no? Okay. So wag mo na
Ah,
magsalita ng marami ang gusto, no? Okay.
at least 24 hours po ba? Tama po ba ang sinabi ko?
Sa akin, pag umutot na siya, pag dumumi na siya,
Ah,
yan ang magandang guide na pag umutot
okay
na.
po.
Okay. Wag mo na magdadaldal.
Opo.
Okay?
Thank you po, Dok.
Okay?
Maraming salamat po.
Ano pa? So yung tanong ni Mayan, nakita mo as a general surgeon, ang training namin is very comprehensive, so we are able to answer a lot of questions also, no? Okay. Different parts of the body, no? Okay?
Doktor, may tatanong ako.
Sure.
Yung mga gumagawa ba ng mga pampaganda, yung mga breast augmentation, anong classifications nila, doktor, yung mga yon, yung mga gumagawa ng mga kuwan?
Okay. Magandang tanong mo. Andyan
Opo.
ba si Ray Benjamin Hoson? Dr. Hoson, sagutin mo nga yan.
Yung pampaganda,
Opo, doktor, yung mga gumagawa ng mga pampaganda, anong classification nila yon na surgeon?
ano sila mga ngayon, usually yung common, yung plastic and reconstructive surgery, mga plastic surgeon. Pero may mga pumapasok ngayon sa tinatawag na aesthetic surgery naman. Yun, parang hindi kailangan ng general surgery training. Parang diretso na pampaganda, mga botox-botox. Yung
Opo.
plastic surgery, dumadaan pa rin sila sa kahit paano sa general surgery training. Pero hindi nila tinatapos yung 5 years na
Mm.
parang shortened. Unless, yung iba, tinatapos nila yung 5 years, tsaka lang magpa-plastics. Yung iba, straight program. So, shorten yung general surgery, tapos magpa-plastic and reconstructive. Tapos ngayon, yung pati yung dermatology, gumagawa na rin yata ng mga pampaganda na surgery. So, ayun, marami na nagsasabay-sabay. Pero yung may talagang general surgery training, yung mga plastic surgery.
Thank you, doktor, kasi may mga fat removal, yung mga botox, mga kung ano-ano. O yun po. So nakla-classify sila as aesthetic surgeon.
Plastics and reconstructive surgeon, meron din aesthetic surgeon, may mga derma surgeon din ngayon. So, marami na rin po gumagawa ng pampaganda. Pero yung may general surgery training sa mga yan, yung plastic surgeon po. Plastic and reconstructive surgeon.
Thank you, doktor. Yung mga rhinoplasty, ano ba yun ginagawa nila?
Opo, mga rhinoplasty, mga nose lift
Mga
face.
rhinoplasty. Kasi nag-opera din sila, doktor, nakikita ko yung mga kwan.
Opo.
So,
Thank you,
nakikita niyo,
Doctor.
no?
Thank you very much.
Nakikita niyo, ang daming overlap, no? Okay. So, dapat alam niyo
Doctor?
kung ano, maraming overlap. Daming
Oh,
overlap.
opo nga eh. Ang daming mga
Okay.
kuwan nag-opera sa ilong, napampaganda,
Oo.
pampatamos, mga ganun.
Puro
May
tek.
nag-opera.
So, yung mga plastic reconstructive surgery, okay, yun
Opo.
ang may formal training na mahaba ang training, extensive, just like the general surgeon. Now, and then meron kang aesthetic surgeon na hindi siya maikli lang yung training nila pero nag-opera din, no? And then, ano pa? Rhino ENT, gumagawa rin, di ba? Okay. May ENT na gumagawa rin doon, no? Okay. So you just have to choose, you just have to look around and see kung anong track record, saka ano, and then ask around din yung kilala niyong doktor, family doctor, no? Okay, para to guide you, no? Okay. So maraming overlap, no? Okay.
Opo.
Okay. Sino ang
Thank you,
magpa-plastic surgery sa inyo? Ikaw? Nagpa-plastic surgery ka?
Hindi, Doktor. Kasi nakikita ko kasi yung mga rhinoplasty na ginagawa ng isang doktor. Dumadaan kasi sa wall ko mga yun eh. Mga ganun. Sa FB.
Okay.
Si Doktor, ano ba yung doktor na yun? Babae. Grace Tan.
Okay. So, yung oncoplastic, may breast oncoplastic. Ray, would you like to discuss breast oncoplastic surgery?
Yung breast oncoplastic, parang ano din siya, reconstructive surgery. So may overlap na siya sa plastic surgery. Kasi yung plastics and reconstructive, mga nagre-recon. So yung oncoplasty, parang yung ano niya ay parang tatanggalin mo yung onco part, tatanggalin mo yung bukol. Pero gagawan mo ng way ma-reconstruct mo siya. Partial reconstruction po siya. Pero yung full reconstruction po, usually yung mga implant, mga flap, usually mga plastics na po gumagawa nun. Pero may way na parang simple na partial recon, yun yung oncoplasty.
Okay?
Okay po. Thank you, Dr. Ray.
Okay.
Welcome.
Any more questions? Okay. So, tandaan niyo kung sinong general surgeons, ha? Maraming general surgeons yan, no? At kung sinong hahanapin, no? And then, ako, general surgeon ako. And then, yung anak ko, general surgeon with breast surgery ang subspecialty niya, no? Si Ray Benjamin, no? Okay. So, okay. So, if you have any problem kung sinong hahanapin, no? Have a family doctor, no? To help you, no? Okay. Yan ang pinaka-the best. Aside from, i-google niyo kung sinong ano, no? Pero kung sa Google, hindi nyo makikita yung expertise ng yung specialist, no? Okay. Magkaiba yung specialist saka yung expertise, ha? Specialist nga siya, kung minsan hindi siya expert, no? Kulang pa yung experience niya, no? Compared to somebody who is all around, who has been doing a lot of work, no? Okay. Okay? Wala nang tanong?
Ay, Doc, may tatanong lang po ako ulit.
Sige.
Sorry ko.
Okay
Doc,
lang,
kasi
go ahead.
di ba, dun nga po kayo naperahan sa Raffles nung 2013. After na operation ko po, si Dr. Eng Bilim, yung surgeon ko, inaalok niya po ako ng breast reconstruction, siya rin kasi ang gagawa.
Okay.
Marunong din pala sila.
General surgeon siya.
Opo. Hindi po, surgeon po, basta surgeon po siya, breast surgeon po siya.
Tinanggal yung breast mo, the whole breast?
Opo, yung kaliwa po.
Okay, total mastectomy.
Opo.
And then, inoffer niya na
Opo, na breast reconstruction po.
usually
After a month daw po, yung kailangan
after
tuyo na
1
yung kaliwa
month.
eh.
After
Opo.
1 month. Okay, siyang gagawa.
Siya rin pong gagawa nun. Eh, di lang ako pumayag po eh.
Okay, so pwede naman. Pwedeng, kasi yung breast reconstruction, maraming klase rin eh, no? Yung tinatawag na gagamitin yung yung laman ng
Sa pigi daw po
sa
kukunin.
pigi doon, yung tinatawag, ang tawag doon. Yung iba naman, yung prosthesis, di ba? Lalagyan ng silicone, ganun, iba-iba.
Ay, naku,
no?
hindi.
Ako,
Takot.
mahirap po yun.
Katakot.
So,
Oo nga.
so, depende sa surgeon. Kung may training siya, no? Okay. Pwede ako mag-reconstruct ng breast with yung yung galing sa tiyan, na iaakit mo lang, no? O kaya dun sa no?
Ah,
Madali, no? Pero ngayon hindi na ako gumagawa. Dati gumagawa ako, no? Okay.
thank you po, Doc.
Okay. If there are no more questions, wala na ha? Last call? Wala na? Kung wala na, we'll call it a day. We'll see each other next week again. Okay? Bye-bye.
Okay, Doctor. Thank
Have a
you.
nice
Thank you.
weekend po. Thank you po, Doc.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you po.